YouTube, what's going on? This is Coach Show, your Lululemon ambassador, coming to you with a race review from a recent 100-meter race in China. This was about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, but I thought the race was so interesting that I wanted to review it with you guys and see if we can pick some things apart and kind of demythicize how we think a sprint race should go. So this young lady, Chen Yujie, 16 years old, ran 11:10 around mid-November, and everyone's talking about it. Naturally, she's young. It's a youth record. Places her amongst the top 5 in national history for China. So it's a big deal. But how she ran it was really intriguing to me. So I want to break that down with you guys. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, let's go. Let's get to this thing. She is in lane 7, I believe. Lane 7. We'll watch it one time through with no pauses. Be curious to see what you guys see here. Okay. This is a good angle. And it's slow mode a little bit. Okay. All right, let's pull it back. Yeah, so we're in lane 7. Okay, so first thing I noticed was the drive phase was almost non-existent. 11:10 is very quick. That's very fast, especially for a girl that age. So what do I know? I'm just pointing out the observations, right? And I want to, as I said, demythicize, that's the word, how we see this race and what we know to be true. Sprinting is a spectrum, right? Like, we have coaches that will coach toward like a 30-meter drive phase or so on and so forth. You really got to play to the strengths of the athlete. And as we watch Chen, she obviously has great reaction and she's quick. She's quick, gets her feet down very quickly. Doesn't have a ton of stride length. In fact, none, really. There's no knee drive. It's all pretty much backside mechanics. She does bounce off the track. She actually gets some good verticality off the ground, but she does create a lot of velocity early, but the drive phase is shorter than we're normally kind of programmed to seeing. So I think the only person that's kind of with her step for step is the athlete in lane 2. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so athlete in lane 2 is like step for step with her. I wonder when that changes here. So, interesting. I'm looking at how she compares to how other sprinters in this race, right? Obviously, she's in first place. This athlete in lane 6 looks like kind of the model would look for in sprinting. closest thing to it. If you watch how she'll like hit her knees come up a lot higher, the heels coming toward the hamstring, she's stepping down, that kind of thing. Well, she cuts the tape, 11:10. Let's bring it back one more time. All right, so we've identified dry phase is very short. Doesn't get a ton of knee lift from the heel recovery. She's definitely a turnover frequency-based athlete. In my research of this race and kind of things that surrounded it, I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently she did an interview and said that she finally was able to execute the technique she's been working on with her coach. And watching this, I'm curious to know kind of what that is, like what part of this she was trying to execute. I really loved the start. The start was nice. I guess the dry phase was just short, for me. But again, I'm not coaching anyone that's running 11:1 right now, that's for sure. A woman. See, this angle might give us a better idea of like stride length actually. So I said the athlete in 2. No, that's the quality. The athlete in 2 was with her step for step. I wonder how their stride lengths differ. Because if they're moving at the same speed, but one is creating more stride length than the other, then obviously there's an advantage there, right? Yeah. It looks like the start, bro. It looks like yeah, she had a lot of emphasis. This is where she really won the race. She looked like she really won the race in the start. And and the women were unable to catch her. The women were unable to catch her when she got moving. So technically, I'm not sure, or mechanics-wise, I'm not sure anything on the backside of this race that looked super technical. But obviously, we'd have to be in that coaching space to know. So 11:11 was the flash time, was rounded to 11:10. But congratulations to Yujie. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably not. But as far as sprinters and things that we can kind of take away from this, number one, I can give advice. Obviously, your coaches know you best, and that's where you need to be listening. How we sprint cannot all look the same. There are certain requirements for sure that are necessary to check off, but we don't all live in the same mold as sprinters. And clearly, this young lady who's in like an attacking position, really, I would say she's kind of looking just to keep pushing all the way down the track. There is no point where she really truly stands up. As you can see, compared to her, the other ladies in this race, right? More of them are upright and finding that max velocity position. Her goal was, let me just keep my shoulders over and push my way to the finish. And it's worked. Obviously it's worked. So as you're on your sprint journey, if there's things that make you faster, or feel faster to you, preferably if you can measure them and know for sure, then stick to that. Don't try and get creative. Ultimately, the clock is going to tell you what's most effective. And I've been there. I've had an idea of how I want to work with a kid and what I think they need, and then we make that change and they're running slower, right? And my mind tells me I really want this to look like this for them, but the reality is, if it's not making them move faster, like instantaneously, then it's not going to take effect. So we say all that to say, make sure you guys pay attention to your rhythm and use your attributes to your best ability. This is Coach Show, your Lululemon ambassador. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Till the next one. Peace.